What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is LegendOfAK, and thank you guys so much for checking out the video. So today we're going to be exposing skill-based matchmaking and something that a lot of the community is not talking about called EOMM, which is called Engagement Optimization Matchmaking. Now, I've stumbled across a gentleman on TikTok on my For You page that actually used to be an Activision employee. I will put all links down in the description for you to follow him on Twitter as well as TikTok. And basically, he used to work for Activision, and I'm going to let him explain a lot of the stuff that's going on within the game. What I'm doing and trying to attempt with this video is to let you guys know why I stopped uploading, why I stopped streaming, and why everybody in the community pretty much just wrote me off. So we're not going to talk about anybody specific, but I am going to give you guys subtle little stuff about the community that you guys did not know, or you did know and you couldn't confirm it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Patent was just exposed, and it indicates that an AI modifies your game based on your skill level.
So I've been seeing this patent floated around lately
Listen
on
to this
YouTube
guy.
and TikTok, and as someone who worked at Activision in their analytics department, I need to step in and burst this conspiracy bubble real quick. This patent was filed in 2017, and if you read the whole thing, you'll see references to adjusting difficulty of puzzles and ability timers. It was meant for usage in PvE games like Destiny, which Activision owned the rights to in 2017, before Bungie separated in 2019, or even a game like Skylanders. Now, I'm not saying there are not some morally questionable technologies and systems implemented in COD, because there definitely are, but this isn't why the game feels unfair at times. Having seen the player skill data, most of the people that think this affects them would either be helped by a system like this or not affected at all. In layman terms, most people are not good enough to get nerfed. The way people talk about SBMM, the community is blind to the real problem. I can try and speak on why COD feels like shit and the systems in the background that are a little sus, but it'll be tough to avoid breaking my NDA. Let me know if you guys want to hear more.
We are definitely going to look into more of what he has to say. So basically, why Call of Duty feels weird to a lot of people, skill-based matchmaking is just the top layer, and it's fooling everybody in the community. He's going to get into the actual thing that's causing a lot of us that play every single day, all day, problems with their games.
Alright, just want to say, believe me or don't, that's on you. Doesn't change what I'm saying or what I know. I wish I was still getting paid by Activision, but I stopped collecting checks from them in 2019. If you want to know about my time working there, let me know. So first off, the background tech like matchmaking is handled by Activision, so getting mad at Vandahar and devs on Twitter doesn't do anything. SBMM isn't implemented.
I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty of going to developers, and I apologize to any developer that I have at on Twitter, because now I understand. As somebody on the outside that didn't know, now we have somebody on the inside that used to work there. I'm definitely guilty of that, and I apologize for that. That's something that I probably shouldn't have done, but when you've had enough after 2 years, you've had a fuck enough. All right, let's continue.
The same way it is in other games like Rainbow Six Siege, which has SBMM in its casual modes. COD has had SBMM for a long time, but not like this. This isn't SBMM.
Ooh.
I can't give the internal engineering name of the system, but if I can describe it, it's a mix of SBMM and EOMM. There's an incredible amount of smart people working on these systems, and they work heavily with monetization and business development teams. You would be very surprised at the data they have and track, like player profiles based on how you move, your settings, what time of day you play at, spending habits. It's very in-depth. There's also a player satisfaction metric they track, so if you rage quit then join another lobby, to them that means you're satisfied. The way it's set up, it's not to nerf you in-game or to give you harder lobbies, but I'll need another video to explain.
So he just described EOMM. He's going to go more in detail and more in depth with EOMM, and he's going to talk about some of the shady stuff that Activision does to our games. But he's pretty much exposing what's really going on, and I am finally at a point where I've just given up, guys. I've given up on wanting to do YouTube for Call of Duty, and I think you guys have noticed that over the course of the last couple of videos. I'm trying to get back in the swing of it, and there's a reason why I'm making this video, but let's let him continue.
So when people say they go on a kill streak, then all of a sudden they can't kill anyone, and they feel like their aim assist just disappeared, what's really going on are a couple of things, and it's mainly because these games are released yearly, quickly, and with most of the budget focusing on marketing. So both Treyarch and Infinity Ward's engines haven't ever really been rebuilt from the ground up. They just make upgrades because that's all the time they have. Many of these problems stem from awful netcode and poorly implemented lag compensation. So the way that it's worked since Call of Duty 2 is if you have two players, A and B, and A has a ping of 50, and B has a ping of 100, then the lag comp system will add a 25 millisecond latency to all of player A's actions, giving him an artificial ping of 75.
So they are literally artificially giving people that have better connections artificial ping to make it more fair. That's not fair to me, man. That's not fair to me at all. Okay, I'm gonna let him continue, but listen to what he says, man. It's really intuitive and really high IQ stuff, man. I feel like this is exactly what's going on with me and what's going on with a lot of the community.
You're wondering, how is that fair? Well, the data shows that more people are being helped with this lag comp than being hurt. COD's player base is huge and everyone has different kinds of connections, so even in one lobby there's a lot of variance, so 1 second the game feels good, and then one person's connection starts crapping out and all of a sudden your builds aren't registering. Also, the past couple years, Activision has started to cheap out on servers. Chupa servers are the primary providers of COD servers and are the worst.
So he literally just exposed Activision that they buy servers that are the worst fucking servers that we could play on. And then they're artificially giving us artificial ping to make it fair, which is not fair at all.
Alright, so you guys remember loot boxes, right? You get that happy feeling inside when you got something pretty cool. Activision's goal with matchmaking is pretty much the same. So 2 TikToks ago I mentioned Eomm, and essentially the idea behind that is not about making games fair for everyone or everyone getting a 1 KD, but to get players playing for as long as possible. Let me explain. So there's a ton of research out there on winning and losing patterns that keep people playing. The idea is, for example, let's say you have 2 hours to play. If you're winning too much, then maybe you'll get bored and leave only playing for an hour. If you're losing too much, then you'll rage quit, maybe you've only played for an hour. But if they can get those winning-losing patterns down, then you'll end up playing for 4 hours, thinking that the next game will be the one where you pop off. And their data shows that people who play a lot tend to spend money, and the players who spend money on a game are more likely to keep playing. It's a cycle, and from personal experience, I've had friends who have told me they bought a skin because they play the game a lot, even though they don't enjoy it or aren't good at it. So that's what the matchmaking does, that's the motive. It's not Sbmm, but it's a different version of Eomm, I guess is the best way of putting it. With the data Activision has on players, they're able to determine your chances of winning and losing in a lobby before the game even begins. For example,
you heard that, okay? So they can determine if you're going to win or lose before the game even fucking starts. That to me is bullshit, and that's why I host my games. If a company is going out of their way to make sure that I fucking lose a game to keep me engaged, it's bullshit. It's just like gambling. That's what they did. Eomm is basically supply drops, but turned into a matchmaking system, essentially. I'm gonna let him continue.
With that player satisfaction metric I mentioned in a couple TikToks ago, they know when you're about to rage quit, and then they put you in a lobby that gives you the highest probability of winning. What they've done is that they've turned matchmaking into a loot box. Every time you hit play now, you're essentially gambling. That's the real issue. Not if your lobbies are harder or arguments about participation trophies. None of that really matters because the main issue is that you're being manipulated every single time you hit play now, or you quit out of a lobby, or you buy something from the store. It's all part of getting you to spend even more money. You're not actually winning or losing games.
That right there just put the nail in the coffin for me. So if what he's talking about is absolutely 100% true, everybody needs to host their games. I don't care anymore. If you want to come on my channel and say, oh my god, AK, you host your accounts, you're a reverse booster, go back and look on my channel. I've dropped nukes in every single fucking game in Call of Duty, and I have proof on my channel. I have montages from Black Ops 2, from World War II, etc. I drop nukes normally. So this is what's going on in Call of Duty now, and a lot of people are fucking blind to it, or they know the workaround and they decided not to share with a lot of the community because they themselves are bypassing this system. I'm not going to mention any names, but the people that attacked me and that have come after me for the last 2 years talking, oh, AK, all you do is bitch. All you do is complain. You're not even good at Call of Duty. Just move on. I'm actually in the right. I'm the right person to be bitching and complaining because the systems that they have in play. The people that have been lying to you guys, uploading videos and gameplays and stuff, they've been lying to you the entire time. You need to be mad at those people because you know what those people did? They literally sucked Activision's cock off so much to where they get perks and stuff like that. Not every creator in the Call of Duty community has a creator code, but a lot of them do. And there's a lot more benefits than just getting some fucking creator code, and I'm going to let him continue to talk.
So Activision knew this was the best course after getting rid of loot boxes, because it's harder to vilify this engagement-based matchmaking than it is to vilify loot boxes. It became obvious that loot boxes were gambling, but this matchmaking is harder to prove as being such. Also, the Battle Pass is meant to help spur that addiction to the game. There's a reason why you earn more COD points back than you spent on the Battle Pass. I know people, and I'm guilty of it myself, playing a game only because I spent money on the Battle Pass and don't want to lose money.
Same.
It's all about increasing engagement and having you spend money in the store. There's a reason why new guns will be OP, or Blueprint having meta attachments that you would normally have to grind for can just be bought. It's the reason why the weapon grind is so slow now, because that level up sound and seeing that new green dot pop up gives you that dopamine hit that keeps you playing. There are hundreds of people working in research, analytics, monetization with their only goal to increase revenue every quarter. It's not their fault either. Blame Bobby Kotick, executives, and shareholders. But what can you do? Education. Stop playing, stop buying the game. If you rage quit, uninstall, don't buy the bundles, because every time you hit play, you're just playing a slot machine.
So he just explained that pretty well. The only thing we can do as a community is literally boycott the fucking games, stop buying into their battle pass, stop buying their games entirely. I am very much guilty of buying their games even with this bullshit in there and still continuing to play. But what I decided to do is not advertise for them. But I've had enough for the last 2 years. I'm ready to start uploading. I'm ready to start getting back to the grind. So I'm going to host myself. I'm going to be open and transparent with you guys because honestly, after 2 years of dealing with this shit and dealing with circles of people that I used to be in that literally have been manipulating their subscribers into believing that they're good players, they've been doing this shit, hosting themselves and lying to their entire community. Like I said, I'm not going to mention names, but those people know who they are. So I'm coming back, but I don't want my subscribers to be pissed off when they find out that I'm hosting games. I'm being open and truthful and transparent with you in this video before I start making my comeback. We're going to let him continue to talk because this might be a longer video, but I want you guys to really pay attention to what the fuck this guy says because this guy knows it, man. Everybody's talking about skill-based matchmaking. It's actually EOMM, which is the fucking problem. We need to identify that and get it removed at all costs. Okay, so I've went on to this other guy. His name is Remy. I'm going to literally put his link down in the description as well, along with the other gentleman. This guy probably needs more credit than anybody in the community just because he's the one that's asking the hard questions for this guy. He's the one that got him talking about EOMM and all the benefits and stuff like that. Now what we're going to talk about is those creator people that have creator codes and stuff like that, and you're gonna understand why when they play Warzone or anything else, they have a little advantage that you and I don't have. So let's watch.
Call of Duty has a lot more information on you and a lot more control over you than you think.
How long have you been playing COD?
15 years.
So wait, are they
It'll get you a
pulling?
little bit easier.
Are they
Listen.
pulling game time from like older games too, like from the COD series? It's not just the individual game.
Well, I would say at least like probably Black Ops 3.
Bro, that's crazy. That they're
They
taking
have a lot of information.
they're taking information from old games and predetermining how good you're gonna be in the next edition. Wow. Not just that, they've got so much more information beyond just KD to determine what your playstyle is and what kind of lobbies you should be put in. Things like how far along the map you travel and your movement styles. Things like what you're buying from the buy stations. What was the outcome of your recent matches? How frequently you play the game? What are your rage quit patterns? Even things like what you're buying from the item shop.
That right there is fucking atrocious that they literally now I told people this a while back ago when people were like, oh my god, AK is fucking crazy. There was a reason why we created brand new Call of Duty Activision accounts. So what he said in this video is they are collecting our data. If you went in and created a Call of Duty account, I'll use myself as an example. What ends up happening is that Call of Duty account that you created is linked to your accounts that you've been playing Call of Duty on. I linked my PlayStation profile because I moved from 360 all the way to PS4 during that generation. And so from BO3 all the way to Modern Warfare, they collected all of that data. So what that means is if you were a good player in BO3, Infinite Warfare, World War II, Modern Warfare Remastered, Black Ops 4, Blackout, they collected all that information on you. They know your patterns, they know your play style, they know who you're going to basically play before you even play the next game. That's why the Call of Duty accounts was necessary, so that they could track all that information and then predetermine who you're going to play before you even play the game. That's why some people like me, whenever I launched Cold War at the very beginning of the game, I was already playing people that had already played for hours. I had prestige people in my games. Like, why am I not in lobbies with non-prestige people that's under level 55? Makes you wonder.
Are there any content creators that are in bed with games that
Pay attention to this.
don't have to deal with some of the same things that average players do?
Oh, are you saying is there a whitelist? Is
Yes.
what you're trying to say.
Yes.
I
You can't talk about it? Listen.
there are more perks than being flown out and your creator code. Shit.
Content creators need to make content.
Right, and they know that, and they
Yes.
know that if their content creators frag out and look like gods, it's going to make their community want to play.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm not saying it's like straight up like it may not hit them as hard. And also what helps, and I don't know for sure.
Now, nobody's saying these guys aren't really good, and nobody's saying that these guys are getting bot lobbies every game. However, it does seem like some big streamers might have a few advantages to make their gameplay look even better.
So they just admitted, and he didn't want to talk about it more because he's probably under NDA even after leaving Activision and probably could get sued. But what they're talking about in that video obviously is whitelisting. Basically, like, where you're a content creator, some of these guys are getting special privileges, not like where they always get bot lobbies. I'm not saying that these people like he did are bad. It's just the people over at Call of Duty are going to want their COD creators to look good, to promote the game, to sell more copies, and that's why whenever you go to their streams, they get kids that doesn't look that good versus what me and you get, and it's a shit fest. So that's crazy.
Call of Duty and many other major titles and businesses are collecting all this information on you for one reason and one reason only: to keep you engaged, because engagement equals money. And they know a lot more about you and your habits than you think. Check this out.
Okay, so this guy he's obviously not having a good time. All right, he stopped playing, or he rage quit out of this lobby, but he went back
What up,
in
Skips?
to another lobby. This means that he is content enough with the way the game is to keep playing.
So, okay, you know what? That makes sense, because a lot of times when I get frustrated and I try and just play through it, it doesn't end.
Yep.
So, like, based on what you're saying, they're like, yeah, well, you're still playing. Why would we give you an easy game?
Why would anything change? And if they are able to, like, because they have all this information on your habits, they know kind of like what your breaking point is.
Dude, that, all right,
there's a-
that,
They know more about me than myself.
That's scary because they know more about me and my play style and the way that I handle myself in games than I do. So, like he just said, when you rage quit and then you go back into immediately go into another game, they think that you're satisfied because you're still playing. That's fucking bullshit, man. Like, the fact that they can do that without us knowing it is fucking hilarious.
we also got some much-needed clarity on the mid-game nerfing controversy that's going on right now.
Pay attention to
when
this.
people say it's rigged in-game, right? What I would say is, like, they don't want to invest in better servers. Netcode has been pretty shit for the longest time. Processing all that data to nerf someone actively in-game is super intensive compared to essentially determining the probability of them winning a game before it starts.
Okay, so you're saying
Right,
like the
in that
mid-game nerf thing is a myth, pretty much. It's not really. a
It would only be, like, with the technology we have, I would say it would only work flawlessly in a PvE game.
Okay, so basically what he was talking about was exactly what he talked about in that other gentleman's video. They pretty much predetermine if you're going to win or lose before the fucking game starts. So you're playing a rigged game. I've known that this has been going on since Modern Warfare. BO4 didn't feel like that. Blackout didn't feel like that. When Modern Warfare was introduced, I quit. After the beta, I quit, man. I couldn't play it. This is why. This is why a lot of us are fucking leaving. Activision, if you ever watch my videos, you better get your shit together. You think that it's helping the community, but it's really not. You're pushing away all of us diehard people that have been playing the fucking game for years. I've been playing this game since I was 17. That's when COD 4 came out. I'm 29. Quit punishing me because I play your game all day, every day. Start listening to your content creators, or we're gonna leave. Thank you guys for watching the video. That was a lot of information to take in. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video, but I just wanted to be transparent with you guys and let you guys know that I am going to be hosting my games. Will I be reverse boosting? No. Reverse boosting is where you kill yourself and you reverse your stats. Hosting games? If you're mad about people hosting games, we've been doing it since BO2. Shut the fuck up. If you're a channel and you're lying to your subscribers about you reverse boosting, you're fucking pathetic. If you be transparent with your community and just be honest and be open with them, you're probably cool as fuck. There's a reason why I left my last circle of friends. Nobody had my back. Nobody told me that they could just host themselves and get easy lobbies. While they're uploading videos, I've been dealing with bullshit for the last 2 years. Had a whole entire community attack me because I knew something was up with the game and it was way different. And you know what they wanted to do? AK, just stop playing the game. You know what? I've waited 2 fucking years. You can suck my fucking dick. You can continue to upload on your shitty ass channels and completely hide from the fact that there's real shit going on and you can deny it all you want. The people are going to find out how fucking fake you are in the end. Okay? That's all this is coming down to. I wanted to be transparent with you guys. I'm not calling anybody out. I don't give a fuck if you reverse boost. I don't give a fuck if you host. As a community, stop attacking content creators. Start attacking the people that don't say shit, that have creator codes, and start going after Activision. The people that are not speaking up are the problem. The people that continue to play this shit and don't say nothing and make fucking videos for you to buy shit in the store, to promote the store, they're the problem. Stop buying shit. Host your games if you're going to play it. And then maybe something will change. Until then, Eomm is not going to go nowhere. They just sold the most amount of copies of Modern Warfare than any other fucking Call of Duty game ever. So you're telling me that Eomm and skill-based matchmaking has helped the community. If it's helped the community, I'm going to be hosting myself from every single year from here on out. I'm not joking. I'm not dealing with it. He goes on to later talk about that Eomm and skill-based matchmaking don't affect people unless you play all day, every day. That's someone like me. So if they're going to predetermine my lobbies before I even play the fucking game like a slot machine, like how supply drops are, to give me a shot of dopamine and rig my fucking game so that I play longer, I'm hosting every single fucking Warzone match and as well multiplayer match. I'm not going to let some predetermined AI tell me that I'm going to lose games and stack odds against me just because they want me to stay engaged. I'll stay fucking engaged because I like your game. Not because some fucking stupid AI technology makes me stay engaged and makes me want to buy shit. Go fuck yourself, Bobby. That's why you're on my thumbnail. All the Activision employees, go fuck yourself. For the rest of the Treyarch and Infinity Ward, matter of fact, Infinity Ward, you couldn't even stand up for anything that we tried to get changed. You deserve all to be fucking fired. Along with Ashton. Ashton definitely needs to be fucking fired. She doesn't know how to do her job, and all she does is fucking focus on hate instead of what the actual problems are. Start attacking Activision, and start attacking these developers that literally block you and stuff. Like, they know what they're doing. Like, yeah, they might not be the one that's directly influencing skill-based matchmaking, but their decision-making and their development time and their views for what they want for the game directly affect what's going on in the game. They are literally fucking us up the ass. And there's people that literally will tell me to go play another game because I bitch and complain. Well, sorry. You're going to see a lot of Call of Duty content coming out on this channel now. I'm hosting every single game from now on. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching this video. And I'm just going to shut the fuck up. Stop worrying about me. If you used to know me, focus on yourself, man. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all in this community. Now I understand why a lot of the people that I follow that are really big in the millions, they don't join teams. They don't create circles. They go solo. Because a lot of you guys treat this shit like a business and only a business. And I'm not mad at that. But like, all you do is fucking lie and literally put down others. So have a great day. And I'll see you guys in some Call of Duty content. Peace out.